you were talking about the money that Steel Toe may or may not have sent you. And Steel Toe had since came out saying and stating that he actually did wind up paying you. But I did hear you say on, I think it was your Keanu cast, that you had thought Steel Toe had possibly sent that money to Geno and not directly towards you, and that's where the mix-up might have happened. Do I have that correct?
Well, actually, and I can't pull it up. I was going to pull it up on my stream on tomorrow, but Moody from NLO, sorry, I know you're not a fan. He made this graph of the Venmos he read out, and I mean, I suppose I have them too. There was weeks where, and it's just not a way to run. Either don't pay us or pay us every time, right? Don't. Right. And if you're going to be, and if we start ignoring you because you act like you're going to pay us, and then when you figure out we're ignoring you, then you get the Venmo notification. That's what I meant by that.
Gotcha.
But there were weeks he didn't pay us at all. And also, we're not a package deal. So why are you paying Geno for money. The both of us once? It was too confusing. So he did this whole spreadsheet. I think it ended up being Geno made over 1,000 and I made 700 and I did more shows.
Oh, wow.
So 700 something. Yeah. Which I wouldn't. And again, it's like either you do or you don't. And then when we, kind of notice and we don't want to ask that why you're not paying us or you forget, and then you send us a Venmo, over a week later. That's what I meant on my stream when I went, he realized we're ignoring him. And then you get a bring, like a Venmo notification.
Right. He would try to buy back your, I guess, attention, so to speak.
Right. Yeah. And again, we would have done it for free. Just, is it above the goal or is it $100 flat every time? Or are you going to just pay Geno for me? Or are you going to just pay me? I mean, it's just, it was just not a good, it was confusing and bizarre. And there was a week where, again, I was on there every other day.
Has it in their mind, I guess, that you've somehow done this for a nefarious purpose? You're trying to join the Steel Toe hate. You're only doing this for the numbers and the money. And but I'd like, if you have anything to say about that to kind of clear anything up, if you'd like to.
I don't like to. I'd rather not talk about it. You know what I mean? Keanu cast, I talk about my life, right? Or sometimes me and my mom just around, It's definitely not for some sort of grift. I'm not going to lie. Yes, of course, I can recognize that it gets your channel a lot of views. But if there wasn't anything I had to say, then I wouldn't comment on it. But I can't not comment on it. If that comes with views, then you can call it a grift, but I can't shut my mouth about it if I think something nefarious is going on and having to do with me. I'm not going to go I'm not going to go watch Toe like talking about something else. If it has to do with me in this or Geno or what have you, then yeah, I can comment on whatever I want to comment on. Having to do with me and or my betrothed.
Which is
what really pissed me off is I would watch his show and then I'm like, that is not what I told you. That's like a complete fabrication of the truth. Like, I'm not here to be your alleged security blanket.
Sure.
I'm not. You wanted Keanu. It was that phone call and Keanu. I feel so much better after talking to Keanu. That really pissed me off because it seems like that I'm like, oh yeah, man, don't worry about it. I don't believe it. No, I took what you said. I heard from his ex-wife and I disagree. He needs to stop spewing lies then, but he never will. Something always comes out, right? So until it doesn't have anything to do with me, which I would prefer it didn't, then I'm okay. Yay. Thank you for the views. But yeah, I'm going to comment on it among other things and have a happy show. I'm never going to tell anybody what April has said, but I can't really say that I would just sit there and sit and make fun of, I don't dedicate my show to the toe, the glow of the toe. We all know, right? Yeah. I'm not going to sit there and just make fun of the guy. I truthfully feel bad for him unfortunately, but I do. So
Why do you feel bad for him?
he doesn't even have any shirts to wear anymore because he can't wear Chrissy's or Geno's or Anthony's. He's ran out of friends, so he had to own toe shirt on his stream today. You know what I mean? It's like he's just running out of people to turn to, I feel like.
But even still, 1 picture or 10 pictures, I thought this to be crazy. So you're saying his messages to you would be more like, I guess, sentimental and talking about his kids or talking.
It would be like the messages you would send to a female, whereas sometimes Bisconti would get messages. Well, one in particular that we both found kind of disturbing. It was just a nude photo of Kayla. He showed me. We were like, why is he doing this? Because he wants to be the cool guy. He wants to be like, check it out. That's what I was. And Geno's like, what? That's awful of you to do. And he deleted it, and we were just like, that's really weird. Like, why in the height of all of this awfulness, he's on his show like, my children and blah blah blah. Like, but you're gonna send a nude of Kayla? So that's like, we don't think you're cool.
So
that's just a low down dirty thing to do, Yeah, it was like when he was on maybe a month or two ago. Oh God, time runs together. Maybe a month and a half ago. And it was when he was it was his press tour when he was being like the cool guy. Yeah. And then Geno's like, ew, I don't want this. That's rude of you to do. And no, we didn't say anything, but he just deleted it because he's a gentleman. Like, check it out, man. Okay. Aren't you sad that you lost your wife?
I mean, you would think.
Yeah.
He said, he pretty much does Kumia. Like, when he does his show, and he's told you he was channeling Geno, so he's doing a bit of Geno here, and he's doing Kumia, there. It's just like, well, where's Aaron? Does Aaron do Aaron, or is it just, characters of other people? You can help me out, but essentially, you don't remember getting a engagement gift. The Vikings tickets, here, where are you? Let's put you back on the screen. The Vikings tickets was the engagement gift. And so what was the mix up with that?
I just didn't realize. I took it back because we flew in to just go to the game with them. Geno was going to pay, right? We had just gotten engaged the night before. And then, I don't know, I was just hanging out with April. They were fiddling around with it, and he was like, consider it an engagement gift. It wasn't like, we're flying you in. And it was just a kind thing for him to do because we had just gotten engaged. So he didn't say it. I mean, I'm looking at my registry thing or right now, or like you can, do the gifts that are on there, money. So I just didn't realize that's what he meant. I appreciated it. We had the best time, but I just completely, I was like, oh, I guess because he picked up the tab for the football game. We all know how much I love football. I'm just kidding.
Right, you're a huge football fan.
A huge football fan.
Yeah.
That's what he meant by that. Because why wouldn't you just say it outright? Well, the engagement gift that I got you. Like, well, then just say it.
Right.
I forgot they were dealing with it. It wasn't like, Keanu, I want to fly you and Geno in for the Vikings game for your engagement gift. It wasn't that. We just happened to be going. And he picked up the tickets because of that. Right. So that was very fun.